Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see about the Python program which has used the class concept. Okay, so now initially let us see the program is all about finding the components of a given string. So given a string, you have some components of the string. The components in the sense here, there are many vowels, consonants, spaces, uppercase letters, lowercase letters and so on. These are all the components we are going to find from the particular string. So before that, let me show you first of all how to run a class program in Python. So now I have already typed and executed a program. I'll show you how to run the program in the Python screen. So this is the program name I have stored, countstring.py. Okay, so now right click this program and edit with the IDLE option. I explained this IDLE in the previous videos. So now once you open this, you will get this screen which is the IDLE screen of the Python. Okay, so how to first this section I will tell you how to execute a class program. So now here this after that I'll explain about the components of every program. That means all the functions are explained in the later part of the video. So now here how to run the I have to type all this. Class is the class name keyword and string is the class name, and then we have so many functions defined. So I have typed all the functions over here, and then finally these 4 lines of code will really create an object and execute the real program. So let me show you how to do this. So now after typing all the content in the Python IDLE screen, you just click the run option. When you click the run option, you can just go into the run module. Okay, so now you will see now the program is compiled and it is ready for execution. So how to do the execution is you have to first create an object using this function s is equal to str of I can just copy and paste in the IDE screen. Okay, so now just you click on and then just control V paste. So open. Now we can see this means this particular command says that we have created an object called s for the class str. Okay, now the next line of code you can see here, get string. So get string is the next method which is going to get the input from the particular screen. So now you just click on, just you copy paste this. So get string and then press enter. Now you can see enter a string. So now I can type any string over here as an input with small letter, capital letter and some vowels and consonants and so on, and then just press enter. So once you press enter, the output is received and the system has got the output and executed it, and it has the output. So now you see the just you click Control C. So the input is got from the previous method, and then just you press Control C and then paste it on the IDLE screen and then just execute. Once you give execute, now the system is not showing anything because here just I am repeating this here. This particular line of code s is equal to str, create an object called s for the class str, and then this particular line of code s dot get str really get the input string. For that only the enter a string has come, this message has come, I have given the input here. Now s dot execute is the next function which is going to find out the components of the string. As I told you, capital letter, small letter, vowels, consonants, space and so on. Now it is this. Now after when you press this s dot execute is typed and entered, this particular action is done. Now I wanted to show the values on the screen, the output on the screen. So that is done by the s dot display. Just you have to copy this function and you have to paste on the IDLE screen. You just give Control V and then enter. You can also type the program. Okay, so now this is giving the answer as there are 3 uppercase characters ERT, and then there are 11 lowercase characters, 1 vowel, 13 consonants and 3 spaces are here. Now it is ready for the next input. Then I can type something else over the screen and it is giving the answer. So initially you have to notice here this particular instantiation is done one time, but this get string is initiated for many times as you keep on giving more and more input string and then get the answer for different types of inputs over here. So this is how the Python program has to be executed when a class is involved. Now let me explain you how the Python program really does the process. So here you can see here there are many functions over here. What are all the functions here? First is the init function, which is initiates all the values like a constructor, and then this is the getString function to get the input from the screen, and this is the count upper function that counts the uppercase characters. This is the count lower function that counts the lowercase characters, and this is the count vowel, which counts the number of vowels in the given string, and then count consonant is the next function that counts the number of consonants in the string, and then count space is the number of spaces in the given string, and then execute is the real function which really execute and find out all these particular number of components in the particular given string, and then finally display. This will display the result on the screen, and you can see the self. The self is the keyword which is used to represent an instance object of the given class. So the given class is str. When you say self, means it is the object of the class str itself. Okay, now we will see one by one the functions one by one. So initially init is the initialization function which initializes all the values to 0, like uppercase is initially 0, lowercase is 0, vowels is 0, consonant is 0, space is 0, and string is an empty string. And now everything is upon the self object, you can see over here. And then the next one is the getString function. That is the structure is self dot string is equal to input enter a string. So this particular function really get the input from the screen or from the keyboard. So this is the enter the screen will be popped on the screen as we have seen before, and then this is an input function from the keyboard. So input is the keyword given, and this is passed to the string. String is an variable which will have this particular input what you give through this keyboard. It is assigned to the variable string. Now you can see define count upper. Okay, for ch in self dot string, that means for every character, the for loop is used over here. For every character in self dot string, you are checking, you can see the colons at the end of every loop statement and the conditional statement. That is the syntax of Python program. So now for every character in ch, you check for whether the character is an upper character. For that the function is upper is used. So if ch dot is upper, then add uppercase is equal to uppercase plus 1. So this will, as long as the system finds some uppercase characters, it will keep on adding the uppercase is equal to uppercase plus 1. If not, it will come down. Next statement is count. Next function is count lower. Again the structure is same, you can see all over here. So the function name is different and the structure is same for all the characters in the given string, if that is the case. So if upper, then add the count to upper case characters. If it is lower, is the function which find out the lowercase characters. If that is the case, and then you add lowercase equal to lowercase plus 1, and then you go for next one is if ch in vowels. So a small a, so you know that a, e, I, o, u are vowels. So it is concerned with both uppercase and the lowercase. So we are having both capital A, capital small a, and so on. So all the a, e, I, o, u, small and the capital letters. If that is the case, you have to add the vowels is equal to vowels plus 1. And then next function check for the consonants. So how it check for consonants? Again the same thing for ch in self dot string. What you have to check? If ch not in, if it is not a vowel, it is a consonant. And also we can see I have given this all the all the vowels, and then finally here space is also I have included in the not case, because should not include the space as a consonant. So if it is not a vowel, maybe uppercase or lowercase, and also if there is no space, then we can consider this as a consonant. So consonant is equal to consonant plus 1. So this loop will keep on adding as long as the consonants are there. And then finally it is going for the spaces. Okay, going for the spaces. If the for ch in self dot string, if ch is equal to space, self space is equal to spaces plus 1. So all our conditions are satisfied here. We are checked here for uppercase, here for lowercase, this is for vowels, this is for consonants, and this is for the um, spaces in the particular string. So these are all the cases we are going to find in this particular function. And then next one is, now we have defined the next function called execute function. This execute function really call the function and does the process. Earlier, you should not confuse with the thing here. Here we are in this slide, we have just defined all the functions. We have defined all the functions, how lower should work, how uppercase will be found out, how vowels will be found out, how consonants will be found out. So now we have defined all the functions. Now what we are going here is, we are really finding out the applying the function to get the number of upper cases, number of lower cases, number of vowels, number of consonants, and number of spaces. So that is the function group we defined called as an execute. So execute is the function name that really executes all the previously defined functions to find out the individual cases of uppercase, lowercase, vowels, consonants, and spaces. And finally, next function is the display function. Everything is found out now. Now we have to display the result. So what is the result? Number of upper cases, self dot uppercase, number of lowercase letters, self dot lowercase, number of vowels, number of consonants, and number of spaces. So this is how the output also we have seen before. So now this is the 4 lines of code which I had executed in the Python IDLE screen to really create the object, then get the input, does the process, and display the values on the output screen. So this is how the output screen will looks like. I have showed previously. You have to give the function. When I give s dot get string, the input is got. When I give s dot execute, really the process is done. When I give s dot display, the display of the values is done on the screen. Finally, then again I have to go for next string. Python is interesting. One more string, hello everyone. So like I can keep on adding more and more strings to get the desired results, whatever you want to execute, to find the components of the particular string. So this is how the Python program works using the class concept. Hope you understood the concept behind the how to work the class program in Python, and as well as how to count the number of components in a given string. Hope you understood the logic behind this, and thanks for watching.